Hey everyone, this is Lisa with crepemyrtlerow. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another big thrift haul for you guys, and there's one item that I got that I am just so excited because I could not believe that I found it for the price that I got it for. So I'll be showing you that here soon. But I want to start out with saying, if you don't already subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Hit the notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Come on over to Instagram, and I do have a Facebook page and Pinterest. All of those are under Crepe Myrtle Row, and I would love for you to come over there and say hi to me, or tag me in some pictures you do or something and all. I would love to see what things y'all come up with, or if you like to thrift, what you come up with. But let's just jump right into this video. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I didn't thrift. My mom thrifted. I don't really know what she paid for it because the sticker's not on here, but she knows I love my state plates. So here's a Houston, Texas one. And I don't think I have a Texas, but I don't think it doesn't look like this one. And like I've told y'all, if you've been following me for a while, I like to put them all on a gallery wall in my guest bedroom. The entire wall is covered in state plates. And I have several of some states, you know, as long as they look different, I'm fine with it being the same state. And eventually, if I get too many of them, I'll go back out to my tea party garden and put them around that some. That's where originally I had started the collection and was hoping to get all 50 states around that one flower bed. But then I really liked the way some of them looked and wanted to bring them in and put them in that wall. So, love my state plates. And in this bowl, it's a jadeite bowl, and it was $2.99. Absolutely love this. Could not believe I could find this, but this is not the surprise thing. But unfortunately, I accidentally chipped it when I went to put it on the counter. There was something else sitting there, and I had it like this, and it hit the corner of it. I just made myself sick. But it's not in a place that's going to really matter. I mean, if I want to use this bowl, I mean, it's way up here on the rim, so it's not going to hurt anything. But I just love that. And I found the same pattern in one that was called the Peach Luster, I believe it was. I showed that in a thrift haul, I don't know, a few hauls back. But anyhow, love this bowl, and I love jadeite. Could not believe I found that in a thrift store. And I'm just going to do these randomly because I stacked them in here randomly. So, you know, normally I like to group things together, but this time it's just going to be all mixed up. And then, y'all know I love my Crochet Doilies. So I found this runner, and I mean, it is a very long one, if I can get this open. So like the end there, and I mean, it is very long. Like this would probably reach across the top of a piano or something. But I love using these on my dressers and just all kind of on my mantle. If y'all have watched me do the decorate with me, you've seen I had one that fit perfectly on that I use. So I get use out of those, and I think I paid like $2 for that one. And next, if I can get it unhooked here, is this placemat, and it was $1.50, and I got 2 of them because that's all they had. And like I said last time that I showed a couple of chargers, you know, on my back porch, I have a small table that just sits to. So that's where I can put these out there to fix a little tablescape out there on those. And plus, this will kind of go with that beachy coastal theme that I'm using out there. But I just loved the looks of that. Something like this would also look good hanging on a wall with other baskets. So that's neat. Keep your eye out for stuff like that. And then next, I got this scrolled candle holder thing. And I mean, you can see it's big. And it was $8, and I got 2 of them. And so it was a little, and I had to pay $8 for each one. So it's a little bit more than kind of what I would like to pay for something like this in a thrift store. I know if you went into Hobby Lobby, it's going to be a lot more than that. But I'm a cheapskate. You know, I try to get bargain prices when I'm out thrifting. But I just loved the colors on this one already. You know, it's got that blue-green, grayish color, and it's already like highlighted with some gold. And then set a candle right here, or, you know, a little potted plant, anything. But I love this. So, had to get those two. Now, to get it in here without breaking anything. Okay, next. Yeah, I'm going to break stuff. Let me just start with this. So, I got a set of these glass candle holders for $3.50 for the set. And I'm just going to show you the one. And I'm not sure. I think this is maybe Fire King. I've got a book like with the vintage Fire King stuff in it. And it seems like I've seen something very, very similar to this in the book. So I'll have to go look it up to be for sure. But I love the red on it and the crystal. So this would just look good sitting around anywhere. You know, with the red, I can use it for several occasions. So there's that. Did I say? Yeah, it was $3.50 for the set. Now let me try to get this one out. I actually bought this at an antique store. And I loved the hand painting, especially the morning glories and stuff on it. I just love that. And this blue color, so pretty. And I paid $7 for it. And it doesn't have any markings, but it's almost like milk glass inside. I mean, it's like a white glass. And then just all this painting on it. But I just loved that. Just thought it was so pretty. And then, oh, my nose itches. Allergy season is big time around here. All of our trees have finally, like, leafed out. The little wiggly things off the oak trees have finally fell, so I can start, hopefully this week, out on my porch getting that cleaned up. But right now I'm dealing with the maple trees. Those little, I call them helicopters. I don't know if y'all ever did that, because when you throw them in the air, they spin like a little helicopter. They are everywhere. It looks like it's snowing all the time right now. So that is driving me crazy. But so it's got my allergies, my nose itching and everything. But this next item is these strawberry bowls. And I got a set of 7 of those for, I think by the time she done her discounts, I ended up paying $11 for the set of 7. But those will be so pretty in some tablescapes that I do this summer. And y'all know I can't pass up a strawberry. Love my strawberries. So next I have these copper candle holders, and they were $1.99 a piece. And they're very heavy. And you could use them like this, or you could turn them upside down and have them sitting, you know, on a table like that, because they will balance out on something flat, and use them like a pedestal. But I love my copper too, so had to get those. Then I have this drip glaze pottery. It was $2.99 or vase. Love, and when I say drip glaze, if you don't already know, it's where the paint looks like it's been dripped down like that. And I love that look. This will look good in my living room. I could put a flower arrangement in it, or just sit it around like it is. It would be so pretty. $2.99. I keep forgetting if I tell you the process or not. Try to get them out of my box in the order that they won't break. This next pedestal, I paid $3.99 for it, and it's like a little dessert plate or something. I mean, it's a pedestal. I mean, because it's bottom half matches and all. But I love the, what is this flower? I think it's called a passion flower. Love that flower. But I love this pink and the gold. And it'd just be pretty sitting around, you know, in my tablescapes. Or you could actually set this in a bedroom, put some jewelry on it or whatever. But I loved the colors of that. So had to have that piece. Okay, next is this giant mason jar. It's, you know, it's one of those drink dispensers, and I paid $2.99 for it. And right after I bought this one, I went into an antique store, and they were wanting like $15 for the exact same thing. But I don't know that I'm going to use it as a drink dispenser, because I already have a couple of ones that are bigger than this, that kind of look like mason jars, that I use, you know, when I'm entertaining and stuff. But what I think I'm going to do is just either take this off or just have it to the back and then fill this up with some of my vintage sewing items. I have a lot of like the wooden spool thread, or you know what I'm talking about, the little threads, spools of thread. I can't get my words out today. But yeah, I have a lot of those. I already have a couple of big jars filled up with ones that were my grandmother's. But since then, I have thrifted some bags of stuff and all kinds of different things that I would love to fill this up with that. Or something craft-wise in my room. And like I say, I may, if I can sit it on the shelf and leave this attached, so that way it still could be used eventually if I wanted to, I will. But if not, I will just take this off. And yeah, for $2.99, you can't beat that. Next is another item that I didn't thrift, but my mom did. And let's see if the price, it's not on here, but I just love this, and it's hand painted in Italy. And she told me she accidentally chipped the nose herself. You know, we must be alike, setting things on the counter and messing them up ourselves. But anyhow, when I do my blue and white dishes, this will look so pretty. Loved this stuff. I saw it in the thrift store last week or earlier this week. I don't even remember when it was. Anyhow, I saw it in there, and I really debated getting it. I even had it in my cart for a minute, and I put it back only because I was kind of setting a limit to what I was going to spend that day, and I already had other things in there that I most definitely wanted. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to give up that piece because, you know, that's going outside of what I want to spend. But my mom found it and got it for me anyhow, so love that. We feed each other's addictions. I'm always buying her stuff. She's always buying me stuff. Case in point, my next item I bought for her. And it's this set of curtains. It's 2 panels. Get it to where I can. And it's these chicken, it's like a balance. And I got both panels, and they're long. Like, you know, really long a piece. And there's 2 of them. But I got them for $3 for the pair. And she loves chickens herself. And I made her a curtain almost the same size with the gingham check like it, but it's just solid, for her kitchen sink, over her kitchen sink. But when I saw this one and it has these chickens on it, I called her up and I said, hey, would you want that to change out because it has the chickens? She's like, most definitely. And then what she could do on the outside of that window, because that's on her screened in back porch, which is a real rustic and it has a lot of red and stuff on it, she could hang one on the inside, one on the outside, and it would look really good. But I got those for her, so like I said, we feed each other's addictions. Okay, so the next thing that she bought me at the thrift store, and she paid 99 cents for this. This bunny pulling its cart of Easter eggs with flowers on it. It's just so pretty. And it is missing one of its ears, but, you know, if you set it on a shelf like this, I don't think anyone's ever going to pay attention to it. But it's missing for 99 cents, and, you know, she's pulling it like that. So, love that. She knows how I love decorating for Easter. Okay, which way do we want to go next? Okay, this next item is kind of big. I paid $4.99 for, and it's this big wooden sewing chest. And you see how the threads sit on the little wooden things there, and those pegs all come out. So if I wanted to use this for something else, like when I first bought it, all of the threads were down here, you know, because this is like a big drawer down in here. They were all down in there, so I didn't realize that's what this was for. I was wondering what there was, the spools of thread were down there, but the pegs were up there. But since you could take those out, I thought it would be pretty to paint this. And then I have a lot of miniature, like little tea sets, and then set it up with the tea sets in there and just set it on top of my hutch or something, if I wanted to. But when I realized it was the sewing cabinet, I love that too, because I like my sewing stuff. and it's just really cute. Now, to get it back out of the way, and I'll go ahead and show the next big item I have, and I paid $9.99 for this. And it's this big lamp, and I just loved the detail that's in this ceramic. I'm not going to use this for a lamp. I'm going to take the lamp works out and just let this be like a big ginger jar sitting on my entertainment center this summer. But, you know, the main thing that caught my eye was this kind of design there. And it won't be too hard to just take all of this apart. I mean, it's a beautiful lamp, but I don't need a lamp. I don't need it that big, but I loved that. So, had to get that. Okay, next is, and I got a pair of these, and they were, I think it was $4.50 for the set, and it's these candelabras, and they're ceramic. I'm sure someone handmade these, and that's how they look from the top. I just loved that shape. That was just so odd. It kind of that Art Nouveau style, and loved the cutouts, but I just thought that would be pretty with all the candles in it. And like I say, I got a pair of those. Just very odd. Speaking of Art Nouveau, y'all know I love my old books, and so I found this one with that same kind of flowy, curvy pattern stuff in it. And I could not find the copyright date because it appears that that page is missing. But you can see how old. I would venture to guess this was, you know, at least 100 years old. But loved that book. And I got it for $3 because of the fact that it is kind of messed up right there. But I'm just going to use it for decoration. Love that book. Some more books that I got was a couple of these little vintage style cookbooks. I love it, the ones that are like this with the spine and all. And I think this one was from the 70s. Yeah, 1976. Love that one. And then the Philadelphia brand cream cheese. I don't know what year this one was. 81. But a lot of good recipes in those. But I just think those, that kind of spiral bound, I don't like normal spiral bound books that much. They're harder to keep in my shelves. But those kind where it's like the hardback comes around the spiral like that, I love those. And the next book I have, y'all, if you watched my living room tour for spring, you probably seen this sitting on my end table beside my couch. This probably is my most favorite coffee table book I have ever found. And it's this cottage style. I mean, just look at the cover of it. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. But I earmarked a few pages in here. I get so much inspiration from books like this. Like, look at this porch or like beach cottagey look. Oh goodness, I love that. And then, I mean, there's just about every page in here I absolutely love. But then this one, look at this vintage kitchen. And, you know, I have always loved kitchens that had the table right there in the kitchen with it. My grandmother's was like that. It wasn't right in front of the sink. It was off to the side. But I love that. And one of my mom's friends, her parents, their kitchen was an old house, and the kitchen was like that. And then a long table like that set right out from the sink. And I love that made like that. And then next, if you're really into the more woodsy look at how gorgeous that is. Love that. And then I just lost one of my other bookmarks that was my favorite page. But anyhow, you get the idea that is, I can't find it now. But anyhow, you get the idea. There was so much in this book. If you ever see one of these out, I highly recommend getting it. I loved that book. The next thing I have, and I paid $5.50 for it, was this Faux Geranium. And it's dusty. I know I need to clean it off. But that is one of the most realistic ones that I think I've ever seen. Y'all, you know that saying squirrel where you get distracted? Well, literally a squirrel just ran across my fence right outside my door there. So it's literally going squirrel. Anyhow, getting back to what you're doing, Lisa. This, okay, I already told you the price, but this is just like a little plastic thing. And I may fancy this up with a little bit more paint or something, but I just thought that was pretty. And I'm hoping for the summer, I'm going to go all across my bay window with faux plants. Next is, I paid $6.99 for this big Giant Hen. And I mean, this thing looks like it's the size of a real chicken. But I just love that. And I do collect chickens, and my mom does too, so she might be fighting me over this one. But I love this and can't wait to do, I think when I do a tablescape with my chicken and all that stuff, decor, I'm going to put this somehow in the center. So, I know we're starting to get a little long, so I'm going to try to hurry up. But I'll go ahead and show you what the thing that I was so excited to get was, and I paid $2 for it. This quilt top. I mean, oh my goodness. And it's, I mean, it's a full-size quilt, but it's just the topper. Like someone made the top and didn't finish putting the backing on it. But I loved that old vintage style prints and stuff in there. I mean, oh my goodness, it's just so pretty. I mean, there's all kinds of cloth that was just used to make this quilt top. And I couldn't believe $2. Goodness gracious. They didn't know what they had. And it would look good without being, you know, put together. You know, I could finish putting a back on it and binding it and all that stuff, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm definitely not going to cut this one up. I know sometimes I find some old quilts that maybe have damaged areas that that I think about cutting into pillows. Not going to happen with this one. And it may just drape, you know how I have this quilt that I think I only paid $3 for this one. How I have this one here, I may change it out with that. And no one's going to know. I mean, we don't use this one here. It just drapes across this chair for looks. So that's probably what I'm going to do with that, just as a change out. Okay, I know I'm getting a little long here. So next is this, it's glass. I mean, not glass, it's plastic. It looks like glass, but these tulips, these are those faux tulips that's got that kind of latex feel. And I mean, $6.50 for all of these, when just about 6 of those in any of your boutique stores or wherever, you know, even Kirkland's, I think, charges like $12 just for like 6 of these tulips. And I just thought that was very pretty. So, get that out of the way. Found this little duck, ceramic duck planter, and I paid $2.99 for it. Thought my son might like that. And then y'all know I like my purses. This one's not a vintage purse, but it kind of makes me think of the vintage purses. It's just almost like the placemat material that they've turned into one. But I just thought that would be pretty this summer or at the beach carrying it around. And the reason I say I know it's not vintage is like you got that kind of inside there, and I don't know. It doesn't look very old, but I loved it because it gave me the vibe of the vintage ones. And then this was $4.50, and it's just a magnolia. I have a huge magnolia tree out in my front yard, so I love magnolias. And in this one, it is that color gray. It's not dusty. It's just that color gray. But this make a good backdrop in my entertainment center because I had them very deep shelves, and sometimes I need something in the background to just kind of fill in some space. So I just love that. And they've got it. It's almost like a candle ring, and then that all curls up there. So get out there and thrift and find you some good things. I know some of you are in areas that are going back into lockdown, and I am praying for you guys. I know that has got to be just very mentally draining to be back into that situation. I know some of you have told me you're thrifting vicariously through me, so I hope you continue to enjoy that until you can get out and thrift yourself. But y'all have a very blessed day. Bye.